The Complete Guide to Hospital Marketing, Patrick T. Buckley, MPA. The introduction of this module is transform traditional hospital marketing from a vocation obsessed with market share and return on investment to one that promotes innovative methods for disease prevention and personalized self-health management. Involve community members in hospital services delivery, build and strengthen relationships with non-traditional healthcare players, recognize the wisdom that inherent in our employees and focus more effort on creating a workforce that revolutionizes the way in which we combine productivity with customer service. As a consumer shopping for a new suit at a department store, would you think it is strange if none of the suits had the price tags? Would it be odd to see signs posted about the clothing rack that said, "Suits are subject to contractual adjustments. Buyers are responsible for the amount not paid for by their clothing maintenance plan"? Would you go shopping for a new car without having any idea of what it really costs, or without any way to compare its features to those of other cars with similarity capabilities? Healthcare marketers face unique challenges. Hospitals and health systems are continually affected by external forces over which they have no control. Politics, changes in government regulations, declines in reimbursement, the growth of alternative medicine, the rise of consumerism, an increase in competition from physician-owned specialty hospitals, retail clinics, and other business models, and a host of other complications. In particular, the incredible growth in direct-to-consumers pharmaceutical advertising has spurred change in healthcare delivery. This direct-to-consumer means you are selling your product to your end customers without third-party retailers, wholesalers, or middlemen. Ibig sabihin, ikaw na mismo yung nagbebenta ng product mo. Aspects of traditional marketing functions, product, price, place, and promotion are challenge for hospital and health system marketers. Well, sa health system marketers, nagkakaroon sila ng struggle to explain to people outside of the healthcare field and to make understand those people inside the organization of what marketing is all about or what is that they do. Hospital marketer must not only keep up with the most recent clinical technology, healthcare legislation, and healthcare finance trends. Dapat maging isa rin silang educator o mentor sa mga katrabaho nila. Tulungan silang ipaintindi kung ano ba yung role ng pagbubuo ng tiwala, confidence, and value in the midst of their customers. They must be a diplomat but also have a toneness. In short, maging marketing guru sila. Hospitals need to be there when needed. Further complicating matters is that hospital preference is not a top-of-mind issue for most consumers until they are confronted with a health issue. In some respects, marketing for a hospital is like marketing for a funeral home. It must be available whenever the customer needs its services. There are plenty of things to worry about on daily basis, so it's safe to assume that people's preference in hospitals is not the top of their list of concerns. People form opinions about their local hospital based on stories from their neighbors, relatives, and co-workers, or from first-hand experience. Also, going to the hospital is usually an uncommon singular experience. That's why hospital must do everything possible to make a patient's first experience a good one. Para maganda yung opinions na may bibigay ng mga patient nila sa hospital nila at hindi ikumpara sa mga ibang hospital na pinupuntahan nila. Hospitals spend a significant amount of money each year promoting their brand to get the consumer's attention. But all the money is wasted if the experience doesn't match the hype. That's why marketers must forever be concerned with patient satisfaction. The value of healthcare marketing is often intangible. All hospital marketers, justifiable, crave the ability to point to specific and tangible ways to show marketing's value. However, it is within the intangible that marketing's value is proven. Hospital care is extremely expensive, the most costly component of our healthcare delivery system. As with other businesses that seek to innovate and advance the reach of technology, hospitals have an indispensable role in the community economy. We employ highly educated executives and clinicians. Despite na kailangan nating makipag-compete, di tayo pwede manggaya ng mga services, lalo na kung substandard lang. And we must always be aware of the central role we play in contributing to the quality of life of our client. First impressions are important. Hospital marketers must take note that consumers make judgments about quality on the basis of such things as cleanliness, friendliness, and the appearance that you know what you are doing. Ang sabi nga, ang first impression ay kayang sirain ang isang organisasyon. Kaya dapat sa unang impression pa lang, maganda na kagad ang masasabi ng mga magiging consumers o yung mga patients or mga customer mo. From finding a parking space to figuring out what building to enter, hospitals can be frustrating to navigate. Some hospitals have institute valid services and greeters in the lobby. Both are excellent customer service boosters, and I highly recommend that for larger than average healthcare facilities. The unique nature of hospital marketing. Effective hospital marketers must have more than a passing familiarity with the clinical and support services that work together to meet a consumer's health needs. Mike Gilfin, Corporate Vice President of Marketing at Blessing Health System in QCIL, encourages his staff to work closely with service line managers to ensure that the managers speak Blessing corporate voice, engaging with caregivers who have the highest touch quotient. He says, it's also important to understand our customers' desires, needs, and expectations. Our caregivers must embody our corporate values and must see their colleagues as a customers, just as they see patients as a customers. This figure shows how One Mindwest Hospital tracked the internal now of services to discover ways it could simplify and enhance the delivery of services to its customers. Learn a new definition of marketing. According to the American Marketing Association, marketing is the activity, set of institutions and processes for creating, communicating, delivering, and exchanging of offerings that have value for customers, clients, partners, and society. Classic definition often talk about marketing in terms of the four P's: product, place, price, and promotions. For those of you charged with adopting marketing principles to an industry that has misunderstood the role of marketing discipline for years, I offer the following definition of healthcare marketing. As you can see, these definitions, you wouldn't see the word of purpose, which is the product, place, price, and promotions. But this definition emphasize is on educating ourselves through market research, educating our customers through promotions, and offering services such that they are valued and fulfilled. Meet a new kind of customer. For hospital-based marketers, customers are individuals and groups of individuals who use our services either to enhance delivery of their own services or to satisfy a healthcare-related need. Under this definition, our customers can be both business to business and business to consumers and can include into business to business, there is physicians on our medical staff, physicians who refer patients to physicians on our medical staff for diagnosis, treatment, managed care plans, employers, and for Business to consumers, there is consumers who use our services as patients. Hospitals have numerous other constituencies, such as those affiliated healthcare organizations or hospitals with which they have patient transfers agreements, cancer or heart disease support groups, emergency medical providers, and community organizations that meet at the hospital. In fact, any individual or group that can benefit from the hospital services can become a customer. Basta kahit sinong individual or group man yan na nagbe-benefit sa hospital services, pwede silang maging customer ng hospital. Rethink product organization and delivery. Historically, hospitals were organized around medical, surgical, and intensive care. The emergency department, radiology, laboratory, pharmacy, and the series of support services. Each area operated as a diagnosis, treatment, support, or ancillary service. A patient would be admitted to a medical or surgical care wing of the hospital and would experience numerous interventions by hospital staff members and physicians from different departments. Nursing staff members on the various doors of the hospital were responsible for carrying out physicians' orders, whereas hospital administrators were mostly assigned to provide supervision over clinical, professional, and support services. Patient's hospitalization regimen was determined solely at the discretion of the patient's attending physician. Reports for hospital administration focus on patient days by physical unit. Bills were generated based on the hospital charges, which varied according to the length of the patient's stay, the type of unit the patient spent time in, specific diagnostic and treatment intervention, and the various drugs administered. Charges were paid in what was called cost plus reimbursement. Well, cost plus reimbursement is a contract, an agreement to reimburse a company for expenses incurred plus a specific amount of profit, usually stated as a percentage of the contract's full price. The evolution of service line management. In the mid to late 1980s, with an eye toward minimizing costs and building profitable patients volume, hospitals began looking at how other industries developed and delivered their products and services. Hospital-based services began to be organized into what are called service lines, a term borrowed from manufacturing industries that promote product lines. Well, a service line is a specific grouping or population of like patients, and it's based on patients encounter attributes such as inpatients versus outpatient. Figure 1.2 show the roles and characteristics of service line and marketing executives. Well, the goal of this service line executive is coordinating between multiple departments to ensure a smooth transition from one to another as the patient moves through his or her healthcare journey. While marketing executives develop and oversee marketing campaigns to promote products and services, executives like to work closely with other employees in areas such as advertising, market research, production, sales, and distribution. Marketing department provides technical assistance to each of the service lines, such as market research, marketing planning, and promotion, but the service line director is responsible for all aspects of the overall service, ensuring that services are what they should be, that customers receive the best possible care, and that the service line is profitable. Hospital marketers often ask how many service lines a hospital should have. Well, the answer is depends on the capabilities of the organization's management talent and the management's philosophy of the organization. Technically, a service line director should have as a brand manager always making sure that the resources are appropriate to the customer's needs, be it repairing physicians or a consumer, organizing the resources to best facilitate the provider-consumers exchange process is essential. Prepare for a new rule in pricing. Increasingly, hospital ship financial officers' efforts to communicate cost information are beginning to show that consumers are becoming more comfortable with asking questions relating to the cost of an inpatient admission. In response to the demand for transparency, several hospitals associations have issued hospital pricing report cards. For example, the Wisconsin Hospital Association instituted a web-based pricing transparency site, which is the www.webpricepoint organization. According to them, it allows healthcare consumers to receive basic facility specific information about services and charges. Well, it for selected hospital inpatient and outpatient services lang. Pricing is determined according to Byzantine coding system that gives consumers no real ability to connect the bill to their hospital experience. Historically, hospital marketers have had an almost non-existent role in setting prices. This task has always been under the purview of the CFO. However, as more and more services are not covered by insurance, which means patients must pay for them out of their own pockets. Hospital marketers are increasingly getting involved in pricing issues. Health plans have attempted to make consumers more accountable for their use of services by making it more costly for them to access physicians outside of a prescribed network. Marketing elective services such as bariatric surgery, LASIK eye surgery, ultrafast computed tomography scanning, and mammography must be price sensitive for consumers. The marketing strategy for promoting such services must be highly targeted and consider that not everyone who can afford them is willing to pay for them out of pocket. Well, ang target kasi ng marketers is to promote such services. Yung mga price sensitive, especially hindi lahat ng consumers is afford or willing na magbayad, lalo na kung mahal. One way marketers can become more involved in pricing is by testing price sensitivity for elective services through focus groups and consumer surveys. Consumers are learning to ask how much a procedure will cost and to postpone procedures or look for alternative approaches to cut down on out-of-pocket expenses. And as physicians become increasingly able to perform ambulatory procedures from their own facilities, offering patients a more convenient and comfortable setting. Hospital marketers must monitor consumers' out-of-pocket costs and determine an appropriate differentiating marketing strategy. Yung mga hospital marketers kasi kailangan talaga nilang i-monitor yung mga consumers na hindi talaga kayang magbayad o hindi kayang bayaran yung cost ng mga elective services para makagawa sila or malaman nila kung ano yung mga magandang marketing strategy na pwede nilang gawin. Understand the consumer-provider interaction. It is very important for marketers to be aware of the decision-making process that consumers and physicians go through when choosing a hospital. Before a person ever steps into a hospital, he or she makes several decisions. For example, this patient pathway. It shows how a person with a heart problem accesses the hospital from entry, which through referral to a cardiologist by his or her primary care physician or PCP. or admission directly through the emergency department through post-hospitalization follow-up. Many back pain sufferers search for relief without knowing all the potential outcomes and consequences that accompany that path they follow. Providing this guidance through educational and marketing communications presents an excellent opportunity for marketers to develop a more direct interface with consumers. Of course, the PCP is still a patient's most important source of hospital information. And sometimes a patient has a little choice about which hospital he or she goes to. For example, a health plans also sometimes limit patient choices. So, in the case of heart care, patient may receive a referral from PCP or referral based on from her friend, family member, coworker, or another consumer. Like that. And the hospital marketer's role in this referral processes is governed by the particulars of the consumer's or provider's situation. For example, yung patient, kinokontak niya yung hospital para humingi ng referral to cardiologist. Or pwede rin namang yung marketing ang mag-a-arrange ng hospital-sponsored para sa continue medical education program about the cardiovascular advances for PCPs. A service most consumers don't want. Let's be clear about one thing. Assessing the healthcare systems is emotionally draining for patients as well as their friends and family. Visiting a hospital is never a person's first choice of how to spend his or her time. Patients lose their privacy and trust their bodies to strangers they may never meet again, and have no guarantee that they will come out of the experience well, or even that they will come out of it alive. Siyempre, wala namang kasing tao na mas gugustuhin ilaan yung oras nila sa hospital. Especially kung hindi magagaranti kung maganda ba yung magiging experience nila. Patients who are about to have surgery must sign a consent form that includes a statement about the possibility of death, even if the chance of the happening is remote. Yung consent form na to, pinapasign lang to sa patient kapag may surgery na may possibility ang kalabasan is death, or ang kakalabasan nito is di maganda, like coma, ganun. Hospital marketers know that each patient's experience is unique and that advertising must connect emotionally with consumers. Likewise, the stories we tell about patients or physicians must portray the hospital as a place that respects individuals and empathizes with their lack of control over their situation. Yet so much of hospital and health system advertising is focused on showing the newest imaging equipment or life-saving technology. Almost every marketer wants to achieve the high-touch, high-tech duality in advertising. Healthcare advertising works, but if it doesn't make an emotional connection with consumers, it's better to put the money to other uses. All relationships matter. Healthcare marketing is all about relationships which take time to cultivate. CEOs will come and go, but the more successful ones realize early on that they must involve physicians in the decision-making process. To build critical relationships, marketing professionals must also make themselves available. Some of the best intelligence information comes not from market share reports, but from impromptu meetings in the hallway. One effective marketing director makes it a daily practice to stop by the hospital call center to let staff members there know what is happening that day and to ask them whether there's anything that might make them more effective when answering calls. Likewise, if you have a greeters in the lobby or a valet parking services, it will pay the dividends to visit these employees and other frontline staff members daily. Focus on human connections. As a healthcare marketing continues to evolve, there's a danger that technology and marketing innovation will obfuscate what is and will always be personal experience. Contrary to popular belief, automated voicemail at the hospital's call centers does not simplify processes as it does when ordering a prescription refill at the pharmacy. People generally don't telephone the call center for routine reasons. They call when they need to contact a doctor, get information about a loved one's condition, or a scheduled medical test or procedure. Think about all times you have called a business and were frustrated because you did not get a human response. They think how even more frustrating it will be if you were trying to contact your physician while worrying about the pain of bleeding ulcer. Nor does overblown advertising play a role in building and sustaining trust, confidence, and dependability. Wait, you may say you can build trust unless you let people know what it is you do. True, but that's not the point. Consider the pitcher in baseball. You can have a great lineup of hitters, but if your pitching is poor, all the hitting in the world will not win ball games. Focusing on simplifying the consumer's experience and delivering great service will win you more ball games than making clever television commercials. It means, pag na-provide mo yung great service na maibibigay mo sa consumer, mas maraming consumers pa yun darating sa'yo. Kasi mas nakaka-build yung great service na experience na mabibigay mo sa consumers, mas nakaka-build yun ng trust tsaka confidence na mag-stay sila sa'yo kesa sa television commercials. Thank you and God bless.